Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of Excited Crisis Gaming. I am your host, Crisisgx, and today is another live reaction video. This time it's going to be a little bit different because this is another channel's live reaction, or not live reaction, this is another channel's content. How many people out there actually read comic books? Now, I know it's crazy. Everybody loves superheroes, you know, like Superman, Batman, of course, and all the other stuff. They watch the movies all the time. But okay, you've seen the movies, you've seen the shows. How many of you have actually read the comics? Because I'm already raising my hand up. I was not one of those people. I'd always loved the stories and all that stuff that I'd hear, but I'd only know about them if I looked them up or they put it into the TV show, like the Justice League and all that other stuff. I would never know that all this other, world was in comics until I discovered this channel called Comicstorian. These guys are amazing, and I've written to them, and they said I could use their video content, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. I'm not gonna do all their stuff because then that's just crazy. But I do want you guys to go to their website or go to their channel and look at their stuff, because trust me, once I saw one video, I got addicted right away, and I'm still addicted. I watch their stuff on a daily basis. They are amazing. Their narration is amazing. Their editing is great, and the stories they get and they can tell us is just I don't know. I love it. It's like watching cartoons, but comic book. You gotta watch it, trust me. And speaking of watching it, we're gonna watch another video. We're gonna watch one of their videos right now. And this is one I picked out because I actually don't know this character's origin officially. However, I do know of this character. I don't know if many of you guys do. One of my favorite characters actually from the Marvel Universe is Venom. How many of you guys know him? Yeah, the black version of Spider-Man, pretty much, the Eddie Brock, that big guy. How many of you guys actually know that right now, currently, Eddie Brock does not have Venom on? He's not currently Venom at all. No? Nobody? Few of you? Maybe? Well, that's the cool part. Venom is actually being worn by Flash Thompson. If any of you guys, are Spider-Man nerds or know a little bit about it, or even seen the movie because he's in there, Flash Thompson is the bully who picked on Peter Parker when he was in high school. So yeah, that's who currently is wearing Venom, and he's going by the name Agent Venom, and he's pretty much a soldier, a super soldier with Venom on. Yeah, does it sound weird? Yeah, it's not Eddie Brock, messing around in New York and all that stuff in the cartoons and video games. No. This is a soldier wearing Venom. Yeah, it's pretty badass, trust me. And I never knew his origin or how even the hell he got it. I just knew he had it. So I'm gonna watch a live reaction of their of the story, and as told by Comicstorian. I want you guys to check it out. I'll have the link down in the description. But if not, enjoy. They got catchy songs. I like that.
Welcome to the Origin series, where we go over the origins of your favorite superheroes and villains, and help you get caught up with modern day comics. Venom is an alien life form. The villain known as Eddie Brock, who was Venom in the 90s, has moved on to bigger and better things as anti-Venom. Oh. The original Venom symbiote was captured and altered Venom, to make it more obedient. Flash Thompson is a US soldier, a Medal of Honor holder, and a true American patriot. And he agreed to willingly bond with the Venom symbiote to become the US's second attempt at a super soldier, a project known as Rebirth 2.0. He was selected because of his courage and his strength and his willingness to do anything. After a few chemical injections, he became Agent Venom. With wall crawling, web shooting, enhanced strength, shape-shifting based attacks, increased speed and agility, he was the newest super soldier in the US military.
That's badass.
The story isn't about how he became Agent Venom though, because that one is pretty simple. I just explained it to you in the first minute of this video. The story is, how did Flash Thompson go from being a bully to Peter Parker and an all-around jerk in high school to a Medal of Honor holding soldier in the US military? So let's tell that story.
Yeah.
Flash Thompson looked up to Spider-Man. He really did. He even started the Spider-Man fan club, and he posed as Spider-Man for fun. That is until Dr. Doom kidnapped him, assuming that he was the real Spider-Man. He looked up to Spider-Man to use him as an example of how to be a hero, how to lead his life properly. He wanted to just be a hero like Spider-Man. He wanted to save people's lives. But he didn't have any superpowers. So he joined the military in hopes of making a difference. This is where the real story begins, with his tour in Iraq. Everything seemed to be going just fine, until they were struck by an IED, turning the vehicle over like a tea kettle. He could have given up right there and then, and just not even try. The striker was sitting atop its own door. It would have taken an immense amount of strength to lift it, but he used Spider-Man's example. Never give up until you can't fight anymore. And he broke the door open. His squad was out of the furnace and into the frying pan because the insurgents were positioned over their heads and they began to open fire on them. They were outnumbered and overwhelmed, but sometimes you need to stand up to something that is larger than you, something that you think you're incapable of accomplishing.
That's cool.
So Thompson and his battle buddy Santos took point, and they entered into the enemy's hideout, pushing past the enemy fire. The problems only got worse from there though, as the insurgents were hopped up on drugs and they felt no pain, no fear, and nothing but the urge to kill the Americans. Thompson described it as if he was trying to stop a tank, because no matter how many bullets he pumped into them, they would just keep coming at him. So throwing caution to the wind, Thompson jumped on the insurgent and he used everything he had to try and stop him. He threw it all in and won the fight so that he and Santos could walk forward and into a trap. The explosion was large and it took Santos completely out of the fight, and he was bleeding on the floor of the building. His only hope to live would be if Thompson could get help, but once Thompson turned around, he saw 6 insurgents ready to gun him down. Now most would say 6-on-1 is an impossible job, but Flash knows someone else who was able to overcome such odds. He knows that 6-on-1 isn't impossible.
That's badass.
So he leaped backwards, and while his body armor protected his body, he took a few good shots in the legs. He then fled down some steps, leaving Santos up there with the insurgents. And he could have gotten away. He could have gotten to a medic and he could have saved himself. But Flash wasn't about to leave his battle buddy behind with those men. So he used another lesson given to him by Spider-Man, and he took the drugs off of the dead insurgent. He shot himself up so full of adrenaline that he couldn't feel the pain in his legs anymore. He couldn't feel anything at all. Because sometimes you need whatever edge you can get, even an artificial one. So he ran back into the room that had Santos in it, and he shot up every single one of those insurgents. And then he walked over, and he carried Santos out himself, getting him to the medical evacuation point. If he had just worried about himself, if he had just left, they could have saved his legs. But would Spider-Man have saved himself? No,
yeah, I knew that.
And neither did Flash Thompson. Heroes are made from their actions and their drive to do the right thing. You don't need spider powers or super strength or a healing ability, just the desire to be better. And Flash proved that on this day. It would take some time, but eventually Flash would get to use his legs again because he became Agent Venom. And he would get to go on to be one of the greatest owners of the Venom symbiote, as stated by their own race. Now guys, I'm not going to end this video with any plugs, because I want to tell you where this story came from. You see, the good folks over at Marvel were inspired to write this story from a real soldier who lost both of his legs and he was blinded by an IED explosion. You see, this issue was dedicated to this soldier and the 2 soldiers who lost their lives in the event that this is based on. So after close to 10 years of being in the military myself and 2 tours overseas, I want to dedicate the video that is based on this story to all of the soldiers overseas and the ones who didn't get to return home with me. Thank you, and good night.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I think that video was badass. Like, that's so freaking cool. Like, I had no idea anything about that stuff. Like, I knew there was Agent Venom, okay. I knew about him a little bit, but like, I didn't know that story at all. Like, I just heard he got the suit from the government. And that's all I heard. I'm okay. I figured this video would show me more, but that kind of was it. You know, there was no more to that. He got the suit from the government. He was a second super soldier, you know, experiment. So actually that was pretty short, and I realized, but I'm sorry, the story about how he changed from, you know, being that was badass. Like, I'd always wonder, like, the bully? Really? I mean, I guess. I mean, he was a teenager and he was a dick, but like, that's so cool as hell. I freaking love that. How he was the bully, got inspired by Spider-Man. I love that too. How every part of his like during that, at least that mission or that chapter, you know, it was inspired by Spider-Man. I love the whole Spider-Man wouldn't quit or quit till you can't anymore to open that door. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then the whole, what is it, fighting guys bigger than you showed him, you know, Spider-Man fighting Kingpin. I was like, no way, dude, that's crazy. This guy's living his life like Spider-Man would, but he's a mortal man. Okay, Spider-Man's mortal too, but you know, he's just a man. There's nothing else to it. That's so badass. And then the whole, what is it, when he went to go save his friend, it was 6 against 1. When they showed the whole Sinister Six, when he was doing that, like, oh, dude, I don't lie, I was kind of geeking out. I was just like, oh, okay. He's just using it as an example, but the fact that he used that as inspiration is amazing to me. It's inspiring to me too. I think that's so cool. And then, oh, he saved his friend and everything, dude. That's awesome. He used the adrenaline. I was wondering, I was like, wait, what the hell were they junked on? I must have misheard that. But yeah, the whole adrenaline thing, that was super cool. Like, not using it, but the fact that he did it and he used the Civil War reference. Which I was wondering, or not the Civil War, but he got that suit from Iron Man. I know he got that suit from the Iron Man. I know he was definitely wearing that when he was in the Civil War, but I thought the Civil War was a what-if scenario. So I'm not entirely sure if this is definitely not a what-if. I know this is continuity. I know this is in the story right now, like the world of Marvel right now. But I don't know. Did he get the suit also in this world from Iron Man? I don't know. See, this is why I gotta watch this channel. They're gonna show you more stuff you don't know. Cause I've seen a couple of their videos, dude. Their Spider-Man stuff is amazing. They have so much on that. I just like, oh man. See, I already liked Agent Venom because I thought he was cool, but hearing this, you know, I don't know. I like the character now. I don't like just Venom, Agent Venom. I like Flash Thompson. Like, I've never liked a character like that. Like, okay, I like Peter Parker, but if he's just Peter Parker, not Spider-Man, I don't know. I can't say I don't like him, but it's just that I have never, you know, they've never had a story where, to me, I've never seen a story where it's just Peter Parker. You know, Batman, same thing. If he's not Batman, if he's Bruce Wayne, you know, if he was not Batman, I don't know, I don't think it would be as into them. But this guy, he wasn't Venom yet. And I was already, like, envious, and I liked him. He was just a soldier who was inspired by Spider-Man to just do amazing. That's so cool. Just amazing. To me, that's awesome. And also, I just found out something new. The guy who does the narration was in the military for almost 10 years. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man. I'm not trying to suck up, but dude, that guy's voice, come on, you gotta love it. He's got a beautiful voice. Come on, just the narration of that stuff, dude. I don't know. I love these guys. Their videos are amazing. They always kind of get to me. They kind of make me just like forget everything and just watch it. It's not moving. It's not like moving pictures. It's just them talking and showing a few clips where I'm like, I don't know. These guys. I'm just gonna go on and on about this, but I know there's more to the Agent Venom, which if you guys like, what is it? I'll do a live reaction to that one because I believe it's Planet Venom, which is badass. Because I have no idea. I think it actually goes into the origins of Venom and that stuff. So if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments below. Or if you guys like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Show your friends. Definitely tell them about Comic Story. These guys are amazing. They have done amazing things. They have so many videos now. It's crazy. If you love comics or even you love good stories, dude, watch their stuff. They will not disappoint. I promise you that. They have just put out non-stop great stuff the entire time. And now they're actually expanding. They even do a video game channel where they do stories of video games. Like, they do the entire Assassin's Creed story. So again, dude, just watch their stuff. I'll have a link to their page down in the description. But seriously, watch them. Subscribe to them. They're amazing. I promise you that. So again, that was another episode of Excited Crisis Gaming, another live reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.